back once again at the home gym, Arizona Combat Sports. Today's question is a simple one. What made you decide to get started training in Jiu-Jitsu? There's a lot of people that I think watch these videos, watch others like it, and they're wondering, man, I want to start training, but like I'm not really sure. So I thought it'd be good to ask everybody what got them started in the first place. For me personally, it was just, after my athletic career, right, when I was fighting, after that was done, I went to corporate world. I got into like lifting a lot, running a lot, and it was like, what am I doing all this for? You know what I mean? Like when you're working out and lifting, I used to do that for a purpose, whether it was wrestling or MMA or whatever. But then when that went away, it was like, what am I doing this for? And so I didn't get fat, honestly. I had to find something again, and that was Jiu-Jitsu. When I got into Jiu-Jitsu, made perfect sense, and then now I had a reason to stay in shape. But yeah, so today, usual suspects will be here. We'll ask them some questions. What made them decide to get started? I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you already training? Let me know in the comments below why you started training Jiu-Jitsu in the first place. But let's go have some fun.
I don't know, the sleeve thing is funny because I was watching the Roger Gracie versus Buchecha. And his sleeves, I swear to God, were like this. And I was like, how did he pass? Oh, besides the fact that he's a Gracie, I'm like, how the hell did he pass inspection?
Well,
like
I've seen guys that have taped up their feet or their ankles.
Yeah.
But it's not just like a simple tape job. It's
Yeah.
like layers upon layers.
Yeah,
upon
good luck.
layers. It's like a cast.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how are these guys getting on the mat? And you can't foot lock. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Good thing I don't like to foot lock.
Why'd you start training Jiu-Jitsu?
I wrestled in high school for a couple of years. Wrestled my junior year, fell in love with the sport. Then my senior year was COVID, so I trained that entire off season to get ready for my senior season, and then basically I didn't have one. I wrestled the 3 teams within my school district, so I beat up a bunch of freshmen my senior year basically.
Yeah.
And then came down here for school, did my freshman year. Didn't do anything my freshman year, and then sophomore year I was like, I want to get back on the mat. So I figured out how to get back on the mat, and here I am. Yeah.
Did you have like a period of time like when you weren't wrestling anymore, like who am I? What do I do with all this time? Because like growing up as a wrestler, like I had the hard transition after college. When I was done wrestling, I was like lost.
Well, I guess I was lucky in that sense. I didn't grow up a wrestler. Like I wrestled like first, second grade, then I quit. And I picked up lacrosse, and lacrosse was like my sport.
Yeah.
And then I slowly fell out of love with lacrosse and then found wrestling again. So I picked up wrestling very late. So I didn't have that like whole lost, what am I doing? But I mean, I was in the SDFC, the Sun Devil gym on campus, in like a little mat yoga space that they have, doing stance and motion my freshman year.
Yeah.
So like I was still itching to kind of like do stuff, but it wasn't like I didn't feel like there was a hole inside of me because it wasn't like an integral part of my childhood.
Yeah.
As much as I wish it probably would have.
Yeah.
But
obviously the wrestling helped.
yeah. Oh, it saved me. I mean, I would not have survived as a white belt without it.
Any advice for anybody that's thinking about starting Jiu-Jitsu, but they haven't yet?
No, I mean, you just gotta have the balls to do it. I mean, it's not.
Have cojones.
It's not that serious. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It is that they call it the gentle art or whatever. Like there is a truth to that, as much as it is like brutal. Like you're not punching and kicking each other. You're not cutting people's faces open. You're not breaking people's limbs. I mean, you train around the right people. You don't got to worry about getting your arm broken or your ACL blown up. So it's just do it. Like if you're thinking about it, just do it. I mean, I have people that like I'm friends with or people that I've worked with that have asked me about it and been like, oh, I kind of want to come in the gym and start. And they're like, I've been thinking about doing like the kickboxing and the Muay Thai and all that, but like I'm kind of nervous or tentative. And I'm like, start with Jiu-Jitsu. Just come in and start with Jiu-Jitsu. Get familiar with the atmosphere, and then go start punching and kicking and doing all that.
Good gi for the video?
Yeah, looks great. Look very handsome.
Thank you, Ray. So what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to review the Crossguard stuff that we've been doing. I'm going to add just one more attack, and then just talk just a little bit about troubleshooting. What I'm looking for is exposure to get my heel in his armpit. So for instance, like for me, I'm flexible, so I'll break the grip from here and I can get my heel here in the armpit, right? If Flexibility is a little bit of an issue. That's not a problem. A lot of times I can just step on his hip, scoot out a little bit. Now I rip that grip. Now I have a little bit more space. I need to, when I rip this grip, I have to really exaggerate this, right? Is I have limited time. Like I'll get his arm here for a second, but he will eventually bring his elbow back. And just what I'm looking for is that heel inside. I want to see more of like a straight leg. Now, depends, like if you have really long legs, you can have a little bit of bend in your leg. Me, I don't have very long legs, so I keep my leg pretty much straight when I do this. But when I do this, it also buys me some time to knock him off balance, look to dive inside, boom, to get to my cross. But even when I get here, look at how my leg is pretty much straight, right? If I play like this, the problem is, and that's a simple defense, is try to push that out. We need to have like a good, strong connection here, right? So the best example I can make is, for instance, like when we talk about playing spider guard, the foot in the bicep, I keep a ton of pressure inside the bicep with my foot, my leg pretty much straight. So same concept, except the armpit's a little bit further. So my leg, obviously with spider, you can have a little bend in your knee. With this, it's further than his bicep, so I'm gonna leave my leg straighter. But this is gonna be your traditional cross guard. So this week, the focus is our attacks when he's on his knees. We're gonna get to when he's standing next week. So you have questions about standing, we'll be covering that next week. So first sweep option here is my left leg is gonna be doing most of the work. I don't want my foot on the mat. I still see some people doing this, and it just takes away your power. My power comes from being able to flutter and chop with this leg in the air. So the angle I'm looking for is this way. I don't want to go straight forward. I'm not going to be able to get the leverage to sweep him. So I'm going to be chopping kind of to the side. And as I feel his weight on top of me, that's when I'm just going to commit. And I look to roll, sitting up on his chest. So again, doubling up. Some guys like this, the figure four grip, that's fine too. I like the double grip. So stepping out, ripping, getting that exposure for my heel, push, diving in, using my leg to flutter, taking him at that angle, and looking to finish on top, sitting on the chest. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so you ruined the last video we had,
I'll try not to fuck this one up.
so you can ruin this one as well. What made you decide to start training jiu-jitsu?
Bro, honestly, Trevor baited me in here, dude. I don't know how that guy does it, but he does it. He's a good salesman.
For the striking?
Yeah, bro, I honestly came in for the striking because I did boxing when I first came in.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, bro, I did like 2 classes. I looked across the way because we were at the other location. And I'm like, man, what are they doing over there? And I jumped in real quick, did the beginner class. And yeah, bro, I've been at it ever since. I haven't even taken another striking class here since. And I want to go over there. I don't know, I haven't made my way there.
Yeah, I mean, striking's cool. I just like the fact that you can do this forever. You know?
So that's honestly what has me stuck here, bro, because like striking, it's cool and everything. But and you think you know how to fight again, not until you hit the ground, bro. Once you're in the ground, it's different. And that's where everything normally ends up, you know?
Talking to me? Yeah, you. I just got there from halfway. What? I just got there from 93 is all. Same move. But you got it what? I just got it from 93 is all. The reason, because I don't attack on the side. You have to try to use on this side. You made like since closer is not good enough for you.
It's not that's not good enough. I'm just trying to chain things together.
You can do it from lasso guard. Does this make you happy?
It does.
So, lasso guard, double up, flip, ring.
Flipped off, I didn't like it.
Yeah. It's practice.
Yeah, but when coach tells you to practice jump shots, you're over here. When coach says to do jump shots, you're over here doing layups. That's what I'm showing you. Not get that heel, get that heel in there. What happens sometimes is he's going to lean his weight a little bit to his right. So as I'm trying, I'm struggling, but I still get his hand to the mat, right? So now when I see his hand to the mat in that split second, he has no defense for the triangle, so I'm going to look to spin. Now make sure we're going to lose this. Like we're going to let go of this. And as I spin, I let go, looking to capture right here to my triangle. Make sure you guys spin well, all right? The one of the biggest mistakes, and I just want to bring this up again, is students were making is they would get the post, they would fire the triangle, and they would just go to here and they would land like this, right? Not saying I couldn't finish from here, I just have a lot of adjusting to do. And it's gonna be tough to keep them here. Again, not saying it's impossible, but the percentage of me finishing here compared to landing all the way on this side is gonna be night and day. So make sure you guys do a good job of spinning back. So again, I'm here and he posts, boom, I swing back, so letting go here, capturing, and even like my foot slips off and I can go to that hip too in that spin to help me go to my finish here.
A couple years ago, I was kind of getting bored with just weight training, and I was getting depressed a little bit, so I needed to change. And that happens every so often. Something I struggle with sometimes, but I was like, I need something new, kind of refresh, remotivate, kind of just self-sustain, and I needed more community. So I was like, let's go try something new. And I saw ACS, and I was like, fuck it, why not? So I've been there ever since. I've been addicted to it ever since too, so yeah.
What would you recommend to someone who's just trying Jiu-Jitsu?
Don't be discouraged. It's easy to get discouraged when you feel like everybody's passing you up or you feel like you're not learning anything right away. But just keep trying. Some people pick up things faster than others. Some people pick up, aren't as in shape. You're learning how to get in shape for the first time ever. Like, it really depends on what part of your life you're in right now. So like everybody is coming from different walks of life. So just don't get discouraged. That's all I can really say. I think the best advice I can give anybody.
wanting to get more confidence. I'd say, yeah, college, junior year, yeah. Yeah, I just was living right next to AZ Combat Sports. Walked in and gave it a try. Never looked back.
What advice would you
Just try to get as much as you can in. Good, bad, absorb as much as you can. All of it will benefit you. Being on defense a lot, getting submitted a lot. If that's happening, just keep coming, keep grinding, and keep showing up. And just absorb as much as you can. Get as much mat time as you can.
If he's stretching or if there's some type of yoga.
So you can't tell by the way that I'm laying here dying, but this is why you do jiu-jitsu. It's like figuring out the puzzle of everything, but just proving yourself you're gonna live. Most of us have super easy jobs. In the grand scheme of things, most of us sit on our ass all day. When you come in here and get exhausted, it doesn't matter if you win, lose, do well, and they're not. Getting this exhausted, feeling like you're on the verge of dying, makes you feel alive. Man, that was a hard round. Fudge.
Still waiting.
Stayed out of the deep half, but in order to stay out of the deep half, it's just nothing but scrambles. Which is fucking.
That's how you beat him, though. Like, that's what you want to do with him.
You've coached, at this point, thousands, easily. You've seen tons of people walk all walks of life coming in.
Yeah.
What would be like, what you would define as a good reason to start training? Because I feel like there's people that start for, let's just say, the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
They don't last very long.
Yeah.
So what's a good reason to start training jiu-jitsu?
Fitness is a big one. You know what I mean? Like, especially, sometimes weightlifting and like standard cardio gets old, you know? Like jiu-jitsu, there's never gonna be the same exact workout. You may learn the same technique, like, review the technique, but all your rolls every night are never gonna be the same. They're always gonna be different. So I think, like, for fitness, it's a really, really good reason to get into it. Then a lot of times, we get people that are just a fan of the sport, especially with the sport getting so much more popular too, that they just want to get into it. That's a lot newer. Guys coming in because they're watching, like, UFC grappling on Fight Pass and stuff. But I think fitness is the biggest reason.
And you think it's like that's the reason they'll maintain you to actually, because I feel like there's a crossover from what gets you in and then what keeps you maybe is a different question.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we should do another video on like what keeps you training, because
That's two different things. What got me started?
Yeah.
It's not the reason I do it today.
Well, like for me, you know, you watch like, you know, the old school story probably some people have is watching Royce Gracie, you know, dominate the first few UFCs and like, oh man, I want to do that martial art. And you picture like all those martial art movies you see, that's what it's going to be like. You go in there and then you go in and it's like completely different. But I loved everything about like my first night in it, you know, and I feel bad for people that get intimidated by it, because I get it. It can be really intimidating at first, especially I get a lot of students that have like never like roughhoused, you know, like, you know, you have your brothers, your cousins, and you just, you know, WWE wrestle each other, but actually try to like submit each other. Yeah. And I'm like, that's what this is, but like controlled and fun. So I love my first day of it, even though it's like nothing what I expected. But I was hooked from like the very first class. A lot of people come in and they love it, and I always try to warn people about this, and then like I'll see them like twice a day, every day, and they burn themselves out. So that's one thing I always try to tell people. I'm like, don't overdo it in the beginning, you know?
Let's go! With the anaconda shoulder brace. He already needs a medical shoulder.
I think that's a good place to end it tonight. As me and Steve were saying, well, if you're watching this and you haven't started your jiu-jitsu journey, just start at this point. Everyone has their different reasons. Fitness is a good reason. Just wanting to, you know, learn something new, have a new challenge, or voluntary suffering, as I call it, being that thing. Whatever it is for you, find it, sign the waiver, come in. Especially if you go to a good gym like this, we'll take care of you. With that being said, let me know in your comments below, why did you start your jiu-jitsu journey in the first place? What's keeping you going maybe? And then that's it. Thank you guys for watching. That's it, I'm tired.